Hey everybody, it's Paul from Screenwriting Scribe. Today we're going to do an end of year video. That's a little early. I got an extra day to this, but I thought, hey, I think it's interesting to show you how a small channel like mine does over a period of about a year. And this year was a great year for me in terms of being monetized. It was great. I was monetized this year. It took a little while. I had more than 1,000 subscribers for quite a while, but the thing that was holding me back was the 4,000 watch hours. Now, here's the thing about having 1,000 subscribers. You don't think that's very much because we look at channels. You know, I'm subscribed to channels that have millions of people or hundreds of thousands of people. Actually, if you have 1,000 subscribers, you are at 10% of channels on YouTube. So 90% of channels on YouTube do not have 1,000 subscribers. And so I didn't realize how rare it is. So thank you all for subscribing to the channel. And I just feel blessed to be able to do what I do. So let me give you some of the numbers I had. Now, this is close to a year. It's I have a couple days left, so we're looking at this, and it's the 29th of December. But as you can see here, views-wise, I've gotten 115% more. I have a lot more watch hours. I'm at 4.3, which has been great. And again, that's over 100% more. So you can see I was getting about 2K watch hours, up 821 subscribers, and being monetized. I didn't get monetized, I think, until what was it, October, November. So I made an estimated $74. So here's the thing with that is YouTube doesn't pay you anything out until you've made $100. Now, the other interesting thing about my channel for this year is I actually did, for the first time, have a brand deal. And so I did 2 brand videos. And so those went really well. I really enjoyed that. I don't think I make a ton of money off this. So in total, depending on how the estimated revenue goes, I might make about maybe $400, $500 for the whole year. In terms of that, you know, in terms of how much it costs me to run the channel, it's not too bad. I mean, I get a lot of products that I can try, a lot of products that are not free though, so I do have to pay for them. And so let's take a look at some of my best content from the year, or see what are the videos that are keeping me with all these watchtowers. So let's take a look at those. So my top content was my beginner's guide to fade in. If you're sort of wondering to know why I've been doing more screenwriting software videos, it's because of this. My top 5, 6, let's go, 7, 8. So my top 8 videos are all screenwriting software stuff, and I do have, in some sense, it's screenwriting software for 9 too. I talk about Tarantino. So, but if you look through all these, you know, I've had some pretty good videos. Overall, my top video had 10,000 views, and granted, that video is 2 years old. The other one I have is 3 years old, but there's a lot of demand for Kitsanaris and fade in. What I'm hoping to do in the new year is actually come out with some classes for people to take. Really inexpensive stuff. I'm not charging hundreds of dollars, maybe like $50 or less, on just videos on how to do Kitsanaris. You know, I have a quick guide here, but a complete guide. Same thing with fade in, same thing with final draft. I also might make it easier for people to subscribe to those in terms of having just like a subscription fee of like $5 a month. You can buy the whole thing for like 20 to 50 bucks. And you can have that for the rest of your life. Or if you just want to do subscription, just want to know how to do it for like a month, there you go. I'll give it to you for $5. You know, I don't plan on getting rich off of any of these things. I'm just trying to find stuff that is very helpful for folks. And so if there's anything in particular, like a class or something like that, you'd find helpful. And again, I don't want to charge a ton of money. I know a lot of people are like, oh yeah, you can charge hundreds of thousands of dollars for, you know, your classes and stuff like that. That's not my goal in any of this, but just to help people out, which is why I make the videos I tend to make. And like I said, screenwriting software is not a really sought after niche. Like I said, I'm just so excited that I get to do what I get to do during the year. So that was sort of my overview of content. So some of the other interesting things that I found out was one of the videos that I got the least amount of likes on, actually that had the most dislikes on it, was how to create a title for final draft, which I thought was really interesting. Why? I don't know why that was the way it was. So here's some other analytics from my channel. So if we look at sort of the content, My videos, again, I'm 127% more than the last 365 days. I've had a lot more impressions, up over 100% more impressions. My impressions through click-through rate is not too bad, 5%. I think you want to be up at close to 10 to 15 is better, but 5, I'll take it. The average view duration for most of my videos is 2 hours. I wish it was 2 hours. 2 minutes and 33 seconds. This is the reason why I was having such a hard time with getting monetized, because I think a lot of my videos were a lot shorter. They're like 3 to 4 minutes. And granted, people watched a lot of them, but in order to really be able to get monetized, you really need to make 9 to 10 minute videos, because that's going to get you the watch hours that you need. So definitely don't do really short videos unless you're going to plan on making a lot of them. So some interesting things about my audience. Most of the people who watch are from the United States, others from India, some from Britain, Canada, and Australia. So just shout out to all my audience members. And let's see here in terms of no subtitles. So in terms of people who are not subscribed versus people who subscribed, it's a little better than before. So 0.9% of people not subscribed to the channel. So if you're one of those people, hey, subscribe to the channel, there you go. So if I think of that in terms of where I'm at sub-wise, I think I'm doing pretty good. And most of my people who watch are male. I do have a stronger female audience than I have in the past. And they tend to be anywhere from 44 to 24 seems to be my big part of my demographics. So, and that makes sense to me too, because that's when people tend to be writers and stuff like that. It's when they tend to be working in Hollywood and that type of stuff. So again, we'll take a look at revenue, and I got monetized on, let's see, okay. So the question for monetization, I got monetized on a Sunday, November 17th. And so it's been a little bit more than, about 2 months. And so I'm making, like I said, about $74, which isn't bad. So if I look at my dates, $24 for November, December, I'm making about $50. So $50 a month is not a bad thing. So every other month getting a check from YouTube for $100, that's great. That's gas money. Hey, I can live with that. That's awesome stuff. And so you can sort of see, it also breaks down if you're ever wondering, what's making you the most money. Again, 3 best AI tools for screenwriting. Definitely the Fade In, as well as Final Draft. Learn the basics of Final. So like I said, so as much as people think that I do not like Final Draft, I make content around them because people want to know about this. One of the big industry leaders in Final Draft and stuff like that. So that's what everything sort of looks like. So it was a great year this year. To be honest, like I said, to be 100%. And like I said, the goal going forward, still working on screenwriting software. Hopefully have some more interviews. And I know for me, the other thing I really want to work on is just more screenwriting in general. I didn't get as many screenplays done last year. I only got 2 done. And so I really want to work on some more. I got about 4 or 5 that I'm still sort of thinking through, that I've done in the initial brainstorming too, and I'm trying to work on. I think the hardest part for me is just having that confidence again to get them out and to keep working on them. The channel does take a fair amount of time. If you're wondering, I work about 2 to 3 hours per week on the channel, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you have a full-time job, I'm trying to spend more time this year. I'm trying to be more intentional with time. This year I'm planning on doing 2 to 3 hours a day. And so hopefully that you'll see some changes in the channel. I'm also going to start working on my thumbnails a little bit more, as well as the titles. So if you have any questions about being a small YouTuber, let me know. And like I said, I'm happy to answer them. And thank you guys again for watching and for sticking along with me. I really appreciate you all. It is, I've been really blessed with the community of people that have been subscribed to the channel, and I just feel like we're in it together and we're a good community together. So again, thank you for stopping by, saying hi. And if you have any questions, as always, drop me a line. I do my best to answer them. Take care, and we'll see you in 2025.